Hard punishment, such as for instance death penalty, does not prevent crime as it does not deter. Two examples of countries with this approach are the US, which counts with the biggest population of prisoners in the world, more than 2 million, and France, which is the Western country with the highest rate of suicides among inmates. As John merely stated, what is the purpose of death penalty? If it is to deter, it fails miserably. Look at the murder rate in the USA. In 2015, the murder rate was 4.88, according to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. The problem of hard punishment and of being isolated in cells for years and years, excluded from everything that happens around them, is the lack of integration in society that prisoners and criminals face when getting out of prison. Soft punishment allows criminals to better insert themselves again in society, and doesn't make them feel as being totally isolated, which can generate more anger and more possibilities of committing again the same crime. We consider that punishment for criminals should not be a punishment, but a rehabilitation. For that reason, we believe in alternative punishments that do not imply prison punishment, when the crime is a minor crime, because the main objective is to re-educate.
I've seen guys change. I've changed back here, you know what I mean? I became angry, I became bitter. And even my thought process now is way different from what it was. You know what I mean? I wasn't a saint before. You know what I mean? And to tell you the truth, I don't know how I'm going to react with people when I get out there.
Positive reinforcement works better. It allows a new routine to take place. Thus, we stand for alternative penalties such as community service, as most of the times criminal conducts respond to social problems and rehabilitation measures can replace the deficiencies that in prison could be worsened. Short jail terms for minor crimes provoke that in prison environment prisoners learn from criminal experiences and they are not well educated or incentivized. On the other hand, alternative punishments focus on stimulating and educating the criminal in order to avoid them. The success of Norway's prison system shows the ideas we are expressing. The incarceration rate of Norway is 75 per 100,000 people, whereas that of the United States is 707 per 100,000 people. Moreover, once a criminal in Norway leaves the prison, it is very unlikely that he or she is rearrested. Just to show some data, Norway has the lowest recidivism rate in the world, at 20%, whereas the United States has one of the highest, with around 77% of prisoners being rearrested within 5 years. What makes Norway so successful? They rely on what is called restorative justice, which consists on repairing the harm done by crime rather than punishing the criminal. It is all about rehabilitating prisoners. The Halden prison in Norway does not have bars in the windows. Kitchens are equipped with sharp objects and there is a good relationship between the guards and the inmates. In Norway, they consider that putting people in prison and removing their freedom is enough of a punishment. The aim of these prisons is to prepare the inmates for their lives outside jail with vocational programs such as woodworking, assembly workshops, and others. The system is not about punishing criminals, but about making sure they don't come back. All prisoners in Norway, sooner or later, are going back to society. It is better to have someone rehabilitated than someone who is angry because of the punishment he has received. To sum up, there are other arguments we may take into consideration for soft punishment. Equipping prisoners with skills and confidence is crucial in bringing down reoffending rates. Punishment does not deter the crime. We pay millions for having prisons that we should invest in other areas, such as education. It is a waste of taxpayer funds and has no public safety benefit. Punishment is not a viable form of control crime. Hard treatment of crime will cause criminals to commit more and more violent crimes. Poverty is a source of crime. Removing poverty would decrease dramatically the number of crimes in a year. Hard punishment serves only as a revenge.